Alright everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. This is just a quick review of today's game against Real Betis, which had finished Sunderland 0, Real Betis 1. But before we get on with the rest of the video, do us a massive favour, smash the thumbs up on this one and subscribe if you're brand new to this very channel. Now then, the game, massive improvement from Hull, an even bigger improvement from Hearts. So that game for me is going to be described as, if you don't take your chances, you will get punished. And that's what happened. We were holding our own throughout that game against a very good Real Betis team who just got in the final last season of the Europa Conference League. They finished 6th, 5th and 7th in the past couple of seasons in La Liga as well. They've got some very good players. And like I said, Sunderland holded their own. And at times, we looked like we were going to win that game. Like I said, if you didn't take your chances, you didn't score. Numerous times there was balls played out of the top for the wingers to run onto, and they were whipping beautiful, inviting balls into the box for the striker or a midfielder to gamble, get in the box and take your chance, and there was nobody on the end of them. And that was the only worrying part throughout that, just a game, not like going into the Premier League season. It is only pre-season, it doesn't bother us. But like I was thinking, we're lacking that killer instinct in the final third. You know, the front three, the quality wasn't there today. Like, if we had a proper number 9 experienced striker in that team, 9 times out of 10, they get on the end of them balls, because there was some beautiful ones put in. Like I say, they were inviting. All we needed was somebody to gamble and get on the end of them, and it never happened. Now, the new 3 signings got minutes. They started the game. XHAKA led the lads out. Then you had Ronaldo, who was playing in at centre-back rather than being left-back where we bought him for, because we're running so thin at centre-half. It is a joke, but I think the club are addressing that issue and will address that issue before the start of the season. Sooner rather than later, in my opinion. We definitely need 2 centre-backs in. That is for sure, because when we made the substitutes and Ronaldo had to go off because he had, quite a lot of minutes in his legs, very early days on his debut for Sunderland, we brought on Huggins. Then we had Jones, Huggins, Dan Ballard and Hume. Only 1 recognised centre-back. So that is the main priority for me now, is to strengthen that area. And further up the pitch, we definitely need a striker, that is for sure. And we need to strengthen elsewhere as well. There's a lot of games to be played next season in the Premier League and the other cup games, so we need strength and depth all over the place for me. Probably another 4 or 5 signings. I think Sunderland will be the team to break the record for most money spent by a newly promoted team. Currently, it's 150 million by Forest. Then it's Aston Villa, then Sunderland, currently on 135. So I think we will be the team that breaks that record. Now then, the goalkeeper, Ruths. I thought he did all right. He didn't have much to do, let's be honest. A few times the ball was floated in the box and he just was quick off his line and come and got the ball. Numerous times when the players were coming forward, the attackers, he was quick out to collect that ball, the loose ball, what they were running onto. The goal, I didn't think he could have done much about that one. I think it was, like basically a free header. No proper recognised centre-backs, no one clearing it, no one even gone for it, and it was a free header, head of that goal. Couldn't done much about it, to be honest. But one thing I will say, what I really did like about him, very early doors, he was upset about his defence for something. I can't quite remember what it was, but he was quick out to them, screaming and shouting, letting them know what the problem was. And that's what I like to say, a goalkeeper who is vocal and can command that box. Now, further up the pitch, and the reason why I'm more optimistic about the defeat, which sounds mental, it's a pre-season game, is because of XHAKA. Numerous times throughout the stream I was saying, if you're watching the match, just look at him. He was constantly available, constantly in space waiting to receive that ball, and constantly, when he did get it off the defence, he was quick on the turn and always looking for that forward pass. I'm telling you what, his passing ability, his long range, short range is class. Numerous times he was making them dinks out of the top for a dinger to run onto, and then he was flashing the balls across the box. He was constantly looking for that, the eye of the needle pass, what splits the defence in half down the channels. I was just thinking to myself, my God, he's mint. That's the XHAKA we've been talking about in these videos before we signed him. That's the one that helped Bayern Leverkusen to the title. Unreal, proper powerhouse in the middle of the park. The engine on him, he was constantly moving around the pitch all game, and that's the XHAKA what's got us excited for the start of the Premier League season. I think he will be crucial in us staying up. And not just him, I thought Noah Sadiki and Habib Diarra were outstanding. I was seeing on the stream if you watch when Siddiqui was winning the ball in the defence, he was using his physicality to held the players off, and then he was bursting forward to relieve the pressure of us as Real Betis were bombing on and trying to get forward, and he would nick in, get the ball, and then drive back up the pitch towards their goal. And that's what I was liking about Siddiqui. And the similar Diarra, he's just so big and physical on the ball. It was class, and he was getting down the right-hand side. Sometimes he was linking up with Talby and Hume. That's the Hume what we've been witnessing early doors in the Championship now, when he kept overlapping and tried to link up with Talby. At times, Hume got into the box after playing a little 1-2 with Talby. He got into the box and I was shouting, bang it, bang it. And he didn't. Unselfishly, he pulls it back for Miyenda, but Miyenda wasn't in the box. He was just trying to get in there, but the defence got in front of him and Real Betis cleared the lines. But all in all, I'm more positive about the way we played after the Real Betis game than I was after the Hearts or even the Hull game for that matter. Now, the Hull game, we made numerous changes after the second half and we brought on a load of young kids in that. So it was expected to get a lot more pressure. But the game against Betis, I thought when Lafay and Huggins came on, we did slow down, we did start to drop off. And I wouldn't say so much their goal was coming, but when they were whipping them balls in, at times I was thinking, our defence were looking a bit skitsy, which is understandable, only having one recognised centre-half in the game. But I was thinking to myself, much more improved. I'm looking forward to the season now. I'm not, if we didn't make the signings what we need, but I've got no question with the board that they'll not bring in centre-halves and a striker. More importantly, recognised centre-backs. Like I was saying to the people on the live stream, we need to spend a few quid on 2 centre-halves. I didn't want to just see us like a couple of million here, a couple of million there. Like they have been doing, like KLD said he was going today. Spend that 20, 30 million on some centre-backs, because that's where we are weak at the minute, is defence. And it's clear to see, it's not just me saying it, I think everybody is by now. The game itself, we lacked the killer instinct. The quality in the front three wasn't quite there today. And we do need that striker as well. Or 2, maybe. And strength and depth elsewhere. But that's just a quick review, quick little rundown. I haven't even watched the game back or out. Let us know your thoughts on today's game. Are you worried? I've seen a few comments on that live stream. I was thinking, no, man, it's just pre-season. Where shall we strengthen? But that's blatantly obvious. Let us know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in a bit.